Hey, welcome YouTube. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. Gonna show you I need to service my air conditioning unit. So this is my unit, which is a Goodman. It's a 2020 410A system. Has a SEER rating of 14. So what we're gonna do is do a little service on it. Already replaced the filters, and we're gonna take some pressure readings, temperature readings, clean the coil, check the capacitor, contactor, make sure my unit stays up during these summer months. So, and we're gonna be using MeasureQuick, and show you that app. If you haven't used it, it's a really good app to use to check, tell you how efficient your unit is operating. Hopefully my unit is operating still close to as efficient as possibly be in these hot summer months. Like I said, we're going to be cleaning the coil, which I'm going to take the fan off, wash it from the inside out, and then we're going to be using some Viper coil cleaner. So let me get it electrical open. We'll start with the capacitor and all of that, and be right back. Okay, got it all probed up, and you can see what it is kind of before I get started on the MeasureQuick, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. Right now my suction is running a little high than it needs to. Head pressure is borderline low, and very low superheat. Subcooling is 7.5. This is 410A. Suction line temp is good. Liquid line temp is a little low. My approach is good. Outdoor air temp is 93. So I'm not looking extremely bad. Supply temp is 58, low on the high side, with a return temp of 73. It's about 74 degrees in the house. Only got barely a 14-15 degree split. I was moving the probes around. So we're gonna let those sit in there, get it shut off, and see what it does, how it looks afterwards. The house is not extremely hot, so I don't have a whole lot of load on the house right now. So we're gonna get this serviced, get everything checked. Don't want my unit breaking down in the heat of the summer. Get the capacitor checked and check the contactor, then get this thing cleaned. So be back in a minute. All right, first things first, contactor, single pole. It's not look burnt, pitted. All right, 242 coming in, 242 going out, going across. There's no voltage drop, so contacts are good. This side, the solid side, pass-through side, same. So we're good there. The contactor is good. So we're gonna get the power turned off, check the capacitor, make sure the rating is still good and capacitor is still strong. The coil is not horrendous, as you can see. There's some dirt, but we're gonna give it a good washing, and go from there. So be back in a minute and get the power turned off. All right, my capacitor is a 40 and a 5 dual. So we're gonna see if it's still strong. So first up is the compressor side. And we're at 38. And this is plus or minus 5%. And fan side is 4.9. So still got a strong capacitor. Don't need to change it. We're gonna pop the top off so I can wash the coil on these. I'm gonna take the guard all the way off. So, and it's always best to go inside out anyway. So we're gonna get the top popped off, get the fan out the way, and then get this coil a good washing. All right, not real dirty. See through it. Just gonna get it good and clean. Push anything out, all that pollen and stuff on there. You want to get your coil a little wet. Give it a good rinse before applying your cleaner. See, now this side is a little bit worse. Get all of that out of there. Then after we're done, we'll check the compressor amps, fan motor amps. Rinse out the bottom. Hey, I can see through the coil pretty good. So this basically is gonna get the surface dirt off. And get the cleaner. All right. One thing with Viper, a little bit goes a long way. Most importantly, you want to make sure you're going all the way through like that. You're not cleaning the coil if it's not going all the way through. And the Viper cleaner, it's microchannel safe. Best put it on, let it sit for a little bit before you rinse it off. Give it a few minutes before you rinse it off. It doesn't etch the paint on your unit. I spread a little bit. I just don't, I'm being lazy. I don't want to take the guard off. I can go through it and still hit the coil. And pretty much, and if you do commercial, same thing that applies on a residential unit applies on a commercial unit. A stopped up coil on any unit, a dirty coil, causes your condensing temperature to be too high, and unit will not work as well, and chances are it'll go off on high head pressure, especially if the unit is 410. 410 already runs a higher head pressure. So, all right, we're gonna let this sit for a little bit, then rinse it off, and we're gonna repeat one more time. Just make sure we got it good and clean. Put the top back on, check the amp draw on the motor, compressor, and then make sure we're working. And I got to resecure the capacitor and resecure my wires that I cut loose to get the fan off, and get it back on before the house gets too hot. All right, got it clean, rinsed thoroughly, made sure it was going all the way through. Got the fan back on, got the wires resecured, cleaned out the electrical panel, cobwebs and stuff. So now we're gonna get it back on, start letting it dry out. Good sign. Wired it back up right, came on. And we're gonna get an amp draw on the fan, amp draw on the compressor, and make sure those are amping correctly. So we're gonna get amp draw on the fan, and right here we're allowed to run 0.95, we're at 0.6. So condenser fan motor is good, and the compressor is, this should be my run. We're pulling 4.5 amps, and according to the data tag, let me get down there. Compressor is 12, so that's way low. I think I had the wrong wire. So let's locate the right wire here and get an amp draw on the compressor, and let this dry out some. Might have to take one of my fan ties loose, but be back in a sec. There we go, full run is 12. I'm pulling 6.2 amps on my compressor, and total on the unit 7. It's good, which I do have a circuit breaker right there, way under. Let this get dried out, recheck everything and measure quick. House warmed up a little bit, got up to 75. It should come back down and see what Measure Quick has to say. And be back in a second. Let me get my tablet back on, and we'll see what is reading. Okay, right now coil's still a little drying out, but subcooling is good, superheat's good, suction line temperature is good, liquid line temperature is a little low, but coil's still drying out. Suction pressure is a little high. Condensing high pressure just a little under, but like I say, coil still drying out some, so we're looking good. Plus I do have some vents closed in the house. There's upstairs and downstairs, so I got a lot of the vents downstairs closed to force more air upstairs, which is throwing the air off. But we're looking good there. Outdoor air temp about 90 degrees. Approach is good. Compression ratio. Splits off, but haven't been too long ago turned it on. Turn temp is 74, but my supply is 61. And I'm on a downstairs vent, and like I said, most of the vents are closed. That will come on back down. It runs in the 50s, about 58. So I'm not too concerned with that. As you can see, my split right now is at 13 degrees. Yeah, I have a much better split if I opened more of the vents back up. But trying to force as much air upstairs as possible. That usually runs about 15, 16 degrees. So I'm not too concerned with the split. Saying that I just cleaned the coils, and like I said, I am on a vent that's closed for the majority. So I'm not moving the air that I should be moving. So overall, my unit is working pretty good now. It was working all right before, but it's working pretty good. Like I say, suction's high. And that's only because I'm not moving as much air as I should be. Having an upstairs and downstairs in one unit. Upstairs gets warmer, so I'm forcing a lot more air upstairs than I am downstairs. So that throws that number off, but it's only slightly. Be better, yes. So overall, unit's clean. And just so y'all know what I use the Viper coil gun and Viper products. I really like it. Works good. As you can see, it's microchannel safe, grass friendly, pet friendly. So spent my day off, as you can see, cut the yard, cleaned up the yard, cleaned my air conditioning unit. I still work today. Did the front and the back, and I still got some more stuff to do, but I'll turn the robot vacuum on. Vacuum the pet hair up downstairs. I can run that while I'm sitting there chilling. I'm gonna go get cleaned up, get me a shower. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and to share. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers that have subscribed so far. Keep watching, share my channel, help me get up there. Until next time, have a good weekend.